Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sally Lemus. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. A number of Chinese nationals are intercepted in an attempt to enter Guam. Also tonight, the former BMV chief admits involvement in fraudulent license schemes. And agritourism is a growing trend in the nation. The Sinamay takes part. In sports, Ba'a is hard work but worth it, says these ladies. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
What's the move?
Mickey D's McCrispy. Formerly known as the Crispy Chicken Sandwich, now has some respect on his name. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Real talk. The Spicy Crispy Chicken Sandwich should have been named Spicy McCrispy from jump. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Half a day to the Wami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Friday, June 23, 2023. Topping tonight's newscast, a total of 27 Chinese nationals have been intercepted upon illegal entry into Guam within the last 2 weeks. Officials say the individuals had been illegally transported from Saipan to Guam on vessels owned by Sinamay residents. Local and federal agencies are investigating the case. According to Sinamay Homeland Special Assistant Franklin Babauta, he is unable to release any information on who are the owners of the vessels which illegally transported Chinese nationals from Saipan to Guam, pending more investigation into the matter. Babauta says 21 of them were caught yesterday and the 6 were caught on June 11 of this year. In a release from the Office of the Governor and Homeland, their arrival was intercepted at Ritidian Point, which is the northern part of Guam. Investigation is currently ongoing, but enforcement officers believe they used the boat to avoid immigration processes that are used by plane. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security says the individuals had various immigration statuses to include long-term overstays from conditional parole and expired work visas. More updates and information will be released when available and appropriate. The former Sinamay BMV chief pleads guilty in federal court to conspiracy to unlawfully produce Sinamay driver's licenses. $1,500 for a Sinamay driver's license? That was the going rate on the street for a license, according to criminal information that was unsealed yesterday. Juana Leon Guerrero, who was in charge of the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, signed a plea agreement with the U.S. government, pleading guilty to conspiracy to unlawfully produce an identification document. According to the information, Leon Guerrero knowingly and intentionally conspired and agreed with Yang D. Lee, also known as Ivan, along with BMV staff to produce Sinamay driver's licenses on 50 different occasions. This was between January 1st, 2020 through December 20, 2022. Last year, on December 16, FBI agents executed a search at the BMV. Agents put up a close for the day sign on all the doors and locked them right after as they sifted through files. The head of BMV was then indicted of March of this year along with Lee. Lee is scheduled for a jury trial in August of this year. The plea agreement does not say if she will testify against him. Leon Guerrero is being represented by attorney Robert Torres.
The party's recommendation in the sentencing, which of course is for the court to determine on sentencing, it will be, the United States is a sentence of no greater than 5 years, and for the defense, no less than 2 years.
Torres tells KSPN that the driver's licenses produced were local IDs and not what is known as real IDs. The information says Ivan is well known in the Chinese community as a street broker who can assist non-U.S. citizens to acquire a fraudulent CNMI driver's license. It adds that Ivan charges each individual $1,500 to $1,700 for a new license and $300 to $400 to renew. The governor confirms that medical referral services will continue until the end of the fiscal year. The CNMI government recently transferred $200,000 to the Health Network program and confirms there is a $1.2 million appropriation that will be distributed over the rest of the fiscal year. The Health Network program, formerly known as the Medical Referral Program, will continue airfare, housing, and transportation coverage. Back in May of this year, H&P was on a budget restraint and had to pause subsistence for patients and escorts. KSPN learned today that subsistence covers patients only at this time. In a release from the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation, Hospital Chief Esther Munia, Governor Arnold Palacios, and Lieutenant Governor David Apatang have been continuously working closely together to address the shortfall of H&P. Recent cost-cutting measures have resulted in terminating blocked rooms in Guam and Hawaii. This, however, does not affect the lodging coverage. The hospital says with the removal of the blocked rooms, the appropriations may be sufficient, but it is dependent on the number of patients approved for referral. In a statement from the governor, he says access to quality healthcare, expanding healthcare workforce capacity, and addressing the gaps in healthcare coverage are the top priorities of the administration. H&P does exercise caution in expenditures while assuring they follow regulations. Some of these steps taken include clarifying ambiguities and updating the income eligibility, which determines who is eligible for the program. The program benefits include air transportation, accommodations, ground transportation, and subsistence. It's called the Next Generation Agritourism Workforce, a new and federally funded program meant to foster the next generation of diverse food and agricultural professionals. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, agritourism is a form of commercial enterprise that links agricultural production with tourism, attracting visitors to a farm or ranch for entertainment or educational purposes. On Thursday, the Northern Marianas College secured a $10 million competitive grant to cultivate just that. Interim Dean of NMC CREES, Patricia Coleman, explains that the grant comes in two parts. First is to explore agritourism and its feasibility to become another avenue of tourism here in the NMI. And the second,
the other part of it focuses on building the next generation of agriculture, agritourism, and professionals in general in the CNMI through undergraduate and graduate scholarships.
The grant will fund an NMC Design Workforce Development Program that will provide a generous financial support package for students who want to pursue bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degree program in food, agriculture, sustainable tourism, and all other fields. Dr. Zaido Sarkar, an NMC CREAS professor, and Dr. Yunzi Zhang, NMC business professor, led the grant initiative.
One primary benefit of the grant is to really build our local and regional workforce capacity for agriculture and food, which will ultimately converge with the business and tourism entrepreneurship activities given our collective vision for a self-sustaining and regenerative future.
The hopes are to inspire local youth and working professionals to get interested in food and agriculture and sustainable tourism practices. NMC will offer a wide range of experiential learning activities in the next 5 years.
And the other benefit I want to highlight is for the Commonwealth to contribute to the federal agriculture and food workforce by really voicing our local unique perspectives and given our unique history and geography. And collectively, we're responding to the call of the nation to build a resilient and diverse food and agriculture industry and system.
Zhang adds that the NMI may become a future regional hub for learning and career development in agritourism, such as in diversified value-added food branding, farm-to-table food operations, farm lodging services, and sustainable farming education programs for visitors. First responders test out their drone skills on Capitol Hill this afternoon. To become a licensed drone pilot, you must first pass an FAA Part 107 exam and have practical time flying the drone. This afternoon, CNMI first responders who are on their way in earning their license showed off their skills on the Capitol Hill softball field. Bella Wings Aviation Technology Director Mike Kittigwa says today is all about learning all the safety regulations and best practices in flying the drones.
I guess the main thing is safety first, because they may seem like toys, but they're tools and they should be respected. You know, they could be used for good, and they can be dangerous, so we hope to instill the safety first.
Assistant Fire Chief Jesse Mesa showed off his flying skills today.
As you can see, the value of the drone itself is pretty pricey, so it gets nerve-wracking. So we want to make sure we understand the control and which hand controls what. And the instructors is provided us all that information since the beginning of the class since Tuesday.
Mesa is a seasoned firefighter in the NMI and believes that the drones could be of a big assist to the department.
This is the new era of innovation in regards to quick response, recon, and it's cost effective. It also saves time on human resources. So that way when the drone comes out to an area where there's a missing or any kind of emergency, we get first-hand picture of what's actually needed on site. So yeah, I think this will definitely benefit the fire department as far as cost saving.
Gerald Delon Guerrero from CNMI Homeland Security says it was his first time flying a drone today.
First time, zero experience, but yeah, it's fun. But also, like I said, it comes with a lot of, especially regulations from FAA. You can't just fly drones anywhere you want.
Delon Guerrero also believes this skill will help the agency in carrying out its mission.
We're hoping that, we can maybe purchase one, if not two, of this type of drones where we can equip them with a life raft or ropes when we're doing some search and rescue. So that's our, what are we looking forward on trying to, because it really helps to have this training, but I guess with the equipment that will come in handy to us well.
BWA would like to get CNMI first responders up to par with drone skills before they open up their programs to the youth and interested community members. BWA, along with the administration, plans to create a drone manufacturing industry here in the NMI in about 6 months. Coming up, a seasoned athlete encourages the community to see what's going on right now at the Oleai track and field. Let's find out what that is next.
Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles call the Mariana Islands home. They're an important part of the marine ecosystem. They are under threat, and they are protected under CNMI law. Keep plastic out of the ocean. Keep vehicles off the beach. Use the Sea Turtle Stranding Hotline if you see poaching activities or if you see a turtle in trouble. Call 287-8537 and save a turtle.
One of the best addresses in Saipan has office space available now, right in the heart of things. The Marianas Business Plaza offers reasonable rates and can help build to suit your needs. You'll love the central location, just 15 minutes from the airport and 10 minutes from Garapan. Ample and covered parking keeps your vehicle close and protected. 2 restaurants for easy access, lunch, dinner and business meetings. Building security and 24-hour access to your office. Backup generators, so you can run your business in all weather. And 3 elevators mean easy and convenient access. It's the address in Saipan, the Marianas Business Plaza.
All workers have the right to a safe workplace. Employers must provide a workplace that is free from recognized hazards and comply with applicable OSHA standards, including proper reporting of injuries. Training needs to be done in a language and vocabulary employees can understand, and an OSHA information poster must be displayed prominently in the workplace. Workers, you have the right to raise a safety or health concern with your employer or OSHA without being retaliated against, and request an OSHA consultation of your workplace if you believe there are unsafe or unhealthy conditions. OSHA can help. Free assistance to identify and correct hazards is available to small and medium-sized employers without citation or penalty. So look out, speak up, and stay safe. Job safety and health, it's not only good practice, it's the law. Check out OSHA.gov or call 664-3154 or 3155.
Get your goods here with care and attention with Micronesia Air Cargo Services. MAX is all about connections. Daily flights to and from Guam, 4 times a week to Rota, and bi-weekly flights to Tinian. We are connecting the Marianas. Perishable goods, Home Depot furniture and appliances, even live animals, operating since 2013. Check out our Thursday special to Rota from Guam and Saipan. Call Max at 670-288-6227. If it fits, we'll take it.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. Putting a book together is hard work. You need a good story, good writer, an editor, and a publisher. But how do you put a book back together when a typhoon has come for a visit? As our Chris Nelson reports, that's a different skill set altogether.
Typhoon U2 and Typhoon Sudalor wreaked havoc on Saipan, knocking out power, destroying homes, and damaging communications. Our library suffered too, and this week they are taking some steps to get ready for the next natural disaster. Important books, Commonwealth history, and irreplaceable documents are being safeguarded, and staffers are learning how to plan, protect, and how to restore. Leanne Nawau is from Hawaii, and she is conducting this important training.
This is our second day of a 2-day workshop, and today we're doing more hands-on activities. So yesterday we kind of went through some planning and like learning about emergency management, and today it's like an opportunity for us to actually like work with materials and see how we would handle them in a disaster. Even though it's obviously not a disaster today, but we're trying to simulate it and just give everyone some hands-on training.
Part of this training, what to do if weather's coming, or is this just after the fact?
No, yeah, so the workshop is covering like disaster management, so from preparedness and planning, and then through how you would respond. And so actually this is part of being prepared, right, is to practice.
Erlinda Napadi is with the Joten Kizu Public Library.
It's our first ever disaster preparedness, and it's a salvage workshop. So I'm so happy, and I'm really thankful for our trainers to come out from Hawaii to do such training, to train our people to prepare ourselves.
What are some of the resources in your library that are your most important resources if weather's coming, things that can't be replaced, that you maybe you have a special sort of disaster management plan for some of the local resources?
Yeah. So the reason why I kind of reach out to them for this training is because during Typhoon U2, the Pacific Collection, one of our most valuable collection in the library, the area that it was housed in sustained massive damage with a lot of water and all. So that is our special collection. We relocated the collection to a safer place, but we still need the training to teach us how to properly handle materials in a time of disaster. So our Pacific Collection is one of our most valuable resources in the library right now. Yeah, a lot of them are out of print. A lot of them are just really from the Trust Territory documents. A lot of them are donated from the Sinai Public School System that were stories that were printed in the 80s, in the 70s. So those are very valuable, and it's, at the library here, we want to make sure that these stories, this information pass on to the next generation. So this workshop is very important for us here in the island.
Books are food for your brain, but visitors got to eat, and part of the local hospitality is to introduce our Hawaiian visitors to local food.
So today we had tamales gisu, empanada from Gloria's Bakery, empanada and donuts from Galaxy, and then last night we hosted them here with some local delicacies, the golai hagun suni, finadeni bilingenas, barbecue, fried chicken, of course our famous red rice, chicken kelaguin.
This weekend will be a visit by the group to the Taste of the Marianas, and the trainers are then scheduled to depart on Sunday.
Track and field events all weekend at the Oleai track. So if you aren't running or throwing or hammering, go support those that are. Our Chris Nelson has more.
1 year ago, we were in the throes of the Pacific Mini Games. This weekend, track returns in full force with athletes coming in from around the Pacific, young and mid, and even post-mid. We call them Masters. Elias Rangamar.
Saturday will be the final for the Open. We got the Masters as well on Saturday, and then we finish off on Sunday with just the Masters. We got a whole bunch of Masters athletes, man, which is exciting. It's the first time. Yeah.
Now you got a long history with track and field here. Are you going to be competing? That's what people want to see.
You're going to see a lot of older, athletes. You'll be amazed who's coming out to run. I still haven't decided. I got to maybe an hour to decide, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
With the older athletes, any ambulances, doctors nearby?
I'm pretty sure the EMS will be here, but they're pretty fit. I mean, these guys, they've been doing their own secret training, I guess.
Rangamar says he might run too, and if he does run, it will be a short and quick one, probably the 60-meter dash. The events start on Saturday early afternoon, and you can see sprints and long-distance races and long jumps mixed in with field events like the hammer throw, the discus, and the javelin. Competitors coming from far and wide.
With the Masters and the Open, and then they'll just field events, jumps, and just continuous events going on. So yeah, it should be. I hope people come out and support. Yeah, so it's the first time in the island we have a Masters program. Hopefully, we carry on with this and we can start competing off island as well.
All right, folks, don't go anywhere. We have more sports up next.
Need a new phone? Trade in now and get up to $500 off our best 5G devices. Trade in your older phone in any condition and step up to better savings and speeds only our 5G network can provide. Check out our website and catch up on the best mobile experience. Trade in now. Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Hapaday and Tiro golfers, you're invited to the 21st annual Handmade Charity Classic Golf Tournament on Saturday, July 15th at Lau Bay Golf and Resort West. Cash, cars, and other incredible prizes, and with our popular Blackjack Double Peoria format, anyone can win. awards luncheon, and a raffle you don't want to miss right after. So register today at Lau Lau, and we'll see you for a great day of golf on July 15th from your friends at Handme.
It's okay to take a friend or parent's medication. It came from a doctor, right?
Using someone's prescription is really risky. Taking any drugs for which you have not been medically screened is not only dangerous, but taking an opioid that was not prescribed for you is also illegal. Never borrow and never share prescribed medication. Your life and your loved one's life could depend on it. Talk to your doctor about prescribed opioids. Never mix with alcohol, and remember, never borrow, never share. It only takes a little to lose a lot.
This project was supported by a grant from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation. Contents are solely the responsibility of CHCC and do not necessarily represent the official views of the CDC or the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under sea NMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537. Location, location, location. Office space on Capitol Hill available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park. With natural light and ocean views, it's the perfect place for creative professionals. So upgrade your life and your working environment. Schedule an exclusive showing now. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Buenas sports fans.
Women paddlers show their stuff as they train for a seat on the national team. Tayan Damapon says the sport is growing here on Saipan.
It's really overwhelming for me to see that more and more working moms, professionals, and just businesswomen and women from all walks of life just coming in to compete, especially here in the waters.
My name is Pipit Paul. I'm representing for MOC Women. I start paddling on August 2022, and then up to now. So I consistently training twice a week with the other paddlers. So there's a lot of progress we made every day. Little things, but it helps.
Ball races in the V6 category as well as the V1, where you are out there by yourself.
And V1 is the one-person canoe. I went for 3 races, for three races in a row. So first race, second race, and today is the 3rd race. I won all of them. So how do you feel? It was good. I'm very competitive, so it's very satisfying.
We are a competitive team, MOC, and we have that goal in mind to be able to compete nationally and internationally with other countries. And I think we're there. We're based on our time and the hard work that we've been encountering with our and just the tools and knowledge that we've learned from other teams and our coaches and our leaders in MOC. I think we're ready to compete nationally. So hardest thing is keeping up with our seed 1s and 2s. And as you can see, we do have a lot of young paddlers, so just keeping up with those teams was challenging for me personally. But I think competition is a good thing for everybody, especially paddlers and anybody competing in organized sports. So I think it was good. The challenging part is just keeping up and moving that boat.
What's the move? Kinda wild out. Catch a groove. She said, where you going? What's the move? Kinda wild out. Catch a groove. What's the move?
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Goats Gym, and today we're going to go over the kettlebell deadlift. Fantastic exercise to build overall strength, particularly in the legs and hips. Remember, we want to make sure that our setup is in good position. If you set up in a bad position, it's not going to look good and it's certainly not going to feel good. So a common error setup is obviously a rounded upper back. 2 simple ways of correcting that. All I'm going to have Vince do here is extend his arms up here, and all he's going to do is think about reaching long and pushing his hips back. Reach long and push your hips back. So as you can see, he's already in good position. Now all he's going to do is grab that kettlebell. He's got tension in his legs and in his back. All he's going to do is just stand up tall, finish with his glutes.
And for your KSPN weather report, tonight mostly cloudy with isolated showers. East winds 15 to 20 miles per hour, lows around 78, and a 20% chance of showers. Your weekend forecast will first be sunny and isolated showers, and then come Saturday night, mostly cloudy, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Chance of showers is at 50%. Your marine forecast, combined seas of 4 to 6 feet, will continue through midweek as the trades will interact with an incoming secondary southwest swell. The winds are expected to weaken next week as the monsoon throw lifts north. High tide is at 11:30 a.m. followed by a low tide at 6:29 p.m. Sunrise, you can catch that at 5:48 a.m. and the sunset 6:50 p.m. And there you have it, Marianas. That is your weekend edition of the news, sports, and weather. Thank you always for watching the Channel 2 News. We hope you have a great night, a great weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday.